Hello everyone, it's been a while, I know. In fact, it's been so long that someone from the Zipkrowd group has taken the time to build this entranceway to the gas farm that I've got going. It connects down to the ice tunnels, and then the ice tunnels lead back to the storage room and everything else. So that's rather nice. But anyway, the reason I've been gone for so long is I kind of got hurt snowboarding and had to take a break. But now that I'm finally back, I've got a ton of new content to share with you guys. With the new slime block being introduced and everything else that was added in the latest snapshots. So I've got loads and loads of ideas and designs and everything. So the next couple weeks to maybe even a month are going to be very busy. So yeah, stick around and keep track of it and, you know, fun. Anyway, back to the gas farm. I thought I'd finally finish with it. Some people from the Zipkrowd group have been asking me whether it's finished and whether I did any, you know, count as to how much items this thing produces and everything else, and you know, it's basically done. I just need to get all the Ghasts and the slimes into position, and well, there's a couple other extra things I wanted to add now that I've thought about it. But yeah, so I've put in the temporary connections with the railroad track going up and connecting all the way to the top, and let me get up there so you can see what's going on. So here we are right at the very top. As you can see, the railroad track goes right from the very bottom right up to here. If I fall from here, it's 100% death, but anyway, I'm kind of optimistic that won't happen. Going over here, all the railroad tracks, they kind of just lead into here. As you can see, there's no ceiling above the railroad tracks, so once the Ghasts actually get on these temporary rails, they will be exposed, meaning that if they can see me, they'll start shooting at me and probably break everything, and since they're named, they won't despawn and horrors will happen. So that's the reason I've got so much powered rails basically everywhere. I've crafted quite a bit of gold just to get quite a lot of stacks of powered rails to get all the way up to here. I think I've used up more power rails on this temporary area than I've used in the farm itself, but anyway, it doesn't really quite matter at this point at least. But yeah, so the idea is that I'll push in the Ghast, and once it gets onto here, it'll automatically get inside where it's supposed to go. At the very end of all these railways, there is an unpowered powered rail which is connected to a clock, and basically since the clock is off, they're all powered off, so the gas will travel to the very end and just stop up until the point where I close this off and you know, turn on the farm on. So this should work out properly. So let's get down there and actually move in the very first gas, and I'll probably do the rest off camera so you don't have to be bored. But yeah, so as you can see, I've reconnected it a bit into here. So this is going to be gas number 1, dinner bone. I think they're all dinner bone, so yeah. Anyway, so I've kind of had to move it a bit because Ghasts have hitboxes, obviously. So when I send it, I actually tried it once with it here. It hit the other Ghast and then traveled back, which is not what I want. So hopefully this works. If it doesn't, he'll just go back to the location he was before. And if he doesn't, I've got a sword and hopefully a bit of luck. But yeah, I'm kind of stuck. Alright. I'm lost again. Damn. Oh, there we go. Alright, so basically I've built this nice cubbyhole because, as I already told you, once the Ghasts are traveling, they will be able to notice me. So what this glass enclosure is meant to do is to prevent them from seeing me, and as such they will not be shooting at me. Yeah, it's a bit over engineered, but whatever, it's good enough. So yeah, I'm gonna click that and we'll hopefully see the Ghast traveling all the way up and into where it's supposed to go. Probably not, you know, the entire way because I can't see the very top, but yeah. Alright, let's go. Okay, not exactly what it's supposed to do. Give me a second. Alright, first of all, these things are in the way. Let's get rid of them. Second of all, for some reason, he doesn't wish to move. Okay, let's try it with a powered rail here, and hopefully that'll work. Going the wrong way. Alright, let's try this one more time. If not, I'll go off camera and hopefully fix it. Go for it, dude. No. Okay, let's wait until I fix it. Alright, so what I did was I gave it a bit of a runway to speed things up, and hopefully this will work, and if not, well, I've got another idea, so, okay. Apparently not. So, time for plan B. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move it so that I can push it through the front instead. Go. Okay, and it started shooting at me. Alright, anyway, that is more or less what I wanted it to do, so now I just need to connect it along this railroad track instead of the other one. Just don't shoot me, please. Okay, it doesn't look like it's actually shooting. I don't think there's enough time, thankfully. But I'd rather not take too much time doing this. So let's do this real quick. Alright, last move. Go for it. Alright, we have got it going. Hopefully it reaches the very top and gets in place. So, yeah. Alright, there's a bit of a gap there. Okay, I'm gonna need to throw some healing potions, right, for these guys to kind of peel them up once they're all in place, but anyway. So yeah, let's give it a bit of time and then go up and see if it's in place or not, and then I can finish them off and show you the finished product. Alright, and as you can see, there's the Ghast all the way over there. It's stuck in place and all good. So I can just close this off and interconnect this. So what I've actually thought of doing is providing an on-off switch at the edge here as well as the other side there, just in case, you know, I need to do some maintenance. So I can get the Ghast stuck both on this edge and on the other one. So a bit of change here is I'm gonna remove this and that too. So I can place a regular block here and a regular block here, power rail, regular rail, break this one, and just like that. That's basically it, because I'm gonna have a repeater feeding into it, so that one will be permanently on, except when I flip a lever at the edge here, or maybe I'll just, you know, wire it off to the center there, just because why not? So yeah, that way, when the gas travel to the end, they can get stuck here, and I can do maintenance on, you know, all the redstone there, and because of the blocks here, the gas will not be able to shoot me in any case. Anyway, that's just a bit of helpful knowledge a bit. So yeah, let's connect this, and this is connected the wrong way here. So let's finish this connection, and this should connect properly, and we can get the second gas and really all the rest of them in place and closed off safely. Let's do it then. So there you have it. That's the first 5 Ghasts into position, so we're 1/4 of the way there, or perhaps a 1/5 would be the better description, since we've also got the 2 slimes that need to be put into place. But yeah, so that's all good. At the very end here, well, I'm planning on doing that redstone part, but a bit later. This is all good. So now I just need to switch and, I guess, put in the other 15 Ghasts. So let's do that then. Right, so that would be the 2 easy platforms done. As you can see, there's 5 Ghasts here and 5 here, and the reason I say that this is the easy platform is actually quite simple. At this point, I just had to send them all the way up here, and they got sorted. And then I just had the ladder that I just put up to get up and down. And unfortunately, the other sides are all the way on the other side. So they've got, like, what is it? It's over 64 blocks of walking distance, and that means I have to wait until they get sent up, and, you know, it's going to take a bit longer than this one. But here we go. And that would be all the Ghasts in position, 10 on this side and 10 on the other side, or, you know, 5 in each spawn platform. Now all we need to do is take care of the 2 slimes. One is going to go into here, and one is going to go on the same construction on the opposite side. Now, for those of you who don't know or can't remember, the reason why I put in slimes is actually rather simple. Up over here, I don't think I have the jump adjustment, but yeah, actually, let's see, fine. I'll show you. Here we go. If we climb up here, there's 2 railroad tracks all the way along here, and as you can see, one of them already has the minecart traveling along. So what it's there for is the Ghasts will be pushed right along there, and basically whenever the minecart travels along, it'll pick up any ghasts, and because of the way minecarts work, for some reason, when they pick up an entity, sometimes they just stop, and as you can imagine, if the minecart stops on a powered rail while, you know, it's flat and not inclined down or up, then it just won't get moving again unless something pushes it, and that's the reason for the slimes to be traveling down there, because they kind of interact with the minecarts, and while the minecarts are traveling by themselves, the fact that the slime is moving around doesn't really impact anything, but in the case that the minecart has stopped, it'll kind of give it a nudge and get it moving again, and continue everything, so you don't get the problem of this minecart just stopping, and you know, you can't really do anything with it, especially with the gas there. So that's pretty much it. So let's finish this off and get it going. So I'm just gonna go down at the bottom. I've already prepared all the rails. I just need to shift this intersection and not fall down. That would be helpful. But yeah, it's pretty much the same, and once again I made a mistake in here, and the slime will get damaged here a bit, and it will in fact get damaged here a bit when it's going in, but I'm pretty sure the slimes have enough hit points to, you know, not die. Or, you know what, I'm gonna just go grab a healing potion and throw it at them before I send them going. I mean, you know, just in case, because especially with slimes, if they die, then even though I've got an extra one at the bottom, the fact that they, you know, break into multiple ones, I'd need to do a bit of cleanup, so yeah, I'll get back to this. Well, I'm back with the healing potions. Wonder what it says about, you know, the Zipkrowd community, that, you know, the problem with getting potions and just about anything on the server is just having to go to the storage room. Anyway, let me just push this guy a bit closer together so I can, you know, heal them all together at the same time. Yeah. Stop damaging me. Might as well heal myself. Hopefully that did what I wanted to. Anyway, let's connect them, and oh damn, I forgot I needed, you know, actual railroad tracks. Fortunately, there's a huge amount of railroad tracks that I can scavenge up there, since, you know, I no longer need them. So let me grab them and put them in, and then we can send it off, and I'll send, the other one is a bit of a long way, so I'll just send it off a bit off screen, but alright, hopefully I don't, you know, break these tracks. Alright, that should be enough. Get away. And you can go. Go, Slimy. Alright, and he is in place. Now, hopefully everything worked out properly. I do have one extra backup, but I'd rather not use it. Let's break that. Not exactly what I want to break, but yeah. And let's reposition this so I can send off the second one, and then we'll see what actually happened. Like that. That one goes into there. And here comes the last one. Go. Alright, let's get up there and see if they're happy where they are, or if they accidentally somehow died, in which case it would be annoying, but, you know. Oh damn, I actually sent both of them, so, you know, if they died, that would be pretty bad. Alright, never mind, we're all good. So as you can see, they're traveling right along there. There's the minecart, as you can see. It's being sort of affected by it. Not exactly, because it's not stocked, but anyway. Let's get up there on the other side, and we should actually be done with the mobs. Yeah, there we go. There's the second one traveling, being all happy. Now you can do a... Oh, it doesn't even attack you here. Huh. Oh well, anyway, that's that done. Now, all I really want to do before I can turn it on is, if you remember, I've got these parts here which are not turned on at the moment, so these power rails are off. So if I actually turn on this machine and send in the gas, they'll get stuck here, and because the gas take up a lot of space, I won't be able to provide power onto these blocks except from below. So I'll kind of have to, well, yeah, provide power from below now that I think about it. So yeah, anyway, so let's get this done. This is actually rather simple, at least the way I see it. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna extend this part and then put in a redstone repeater to provide power onto there, and then just provide redstone interconnecting together. And then I'm actually wondering, I think I'll connect it along and just right underneath this block here, just another line connecting to the edge and then connecting them together to a power, which seems to be the, you know, smartest idea, or, you know, best alternative. So yeah. Alright, redstone block. Stupid. Anyway, yeah, let's get this done. And it is done. As you can see, each of the spawn floors has a redstone line leading off from the control panel to the edges where the powered rails get powered by it. And if I turn it off from the main control panel, the gas will get stuck at the edges and thus will be unable to see you, so you can jump into the spawn platforms and do any changes, modifications, or repairs as necessary, which was actually pretty good considering everything, because I wanted to do a time lapse showing me turning this on for the first time and, you know, putting up everything and getting everything ready, but that did not work out as expected. There were problems which I have no idea why, because it worked in the creative build, but in here for some reason there were problems. I lost 3 Ghasts, so I needed to capture 3 more, bring them back up, because I already had the temporary railways removed by that point, so I needed to rebuild them again all the way from the very bottom all the way to here. Then afterwards I also lost one of these slimes, so I needed to capture another slime and get it in place, which was rather annoying. I kind of forgot that I had one spare one, so I actually went ahead and captured one, so I still have one spare, but anyway, yeah. And all of that came because of this spawn floor right here. I have no idea why. I still haven't figured out the problem. As you can see, it's I put at least blocks right underneath the spawn floor, changing the height of the spawn floor from, what, 4 blocks to 3 blocks actually, so Ghasts can't spawn here now. And while this may seem counterintuitive, because this way I'm, you know, losing a quarter of all Ghast spawns, it's actually the only thing I could come up with, because the Ghasts that spawn on this spawn floor have weird X-ray abilities. And yeah, that may sound a bit weird, but this is Minecraft, so it all makes sense somehow, some way. But basically what happens, it was the Ghasts that spawned on this spawn floor get pushed to the very edge, and right over here where they're, you know, stuck here waiting to be crushed, they for some reason decide that they see you and start shooting. So obviously they break the tripwire, so they no longer get crushed, and then they just start spamming fireballs everywhere. And well, you know, not everywhere, obviously there's blocks positioned, but they basically break the rail cart here, the string, the blocks above there, you know, and one of them actually managed to break the railway down below here, and that's the way I lost the slime, when I just flew off and fell down onto the cactuses below. Anyway, so yeah, I have no idea how that happens, why it happens, or, you know, how it's even possible. At the end I was already, you know, almost giving up, so I just took this one and replaced this as an entire ceiling just at the very top, hoping that, you know, that'll help. And apparently no, they can see through that ceiling as well, so, you know, completely, well, I'd like to say bullshit, but this is Minecraft, so yeah. At the end I just decided to give up on one of the spawn floors and have it working, so I've tried it on for, you know, 30 minutes now, and absolutely everything works as expected, so that should be enough. Hopefully, you know, I don't have any more problems. Need to get up and show you how this entire thing works, and that'll actually be the end of the video, because, well, I don't really have anything else to share with you at the moment. Well, I do, but not in this video at least. Let's see, let's get over to there, and just stand right on top so we can see. And you can notice that's the spawn floor that is sort of messed up, so we don't have any Ghast spawning there. But alright, there we go. See, there's a Ghast there. It gets pushed to the end, and then it gets you know, suffocated, and the items drop down. Very simple, very easy. I don't have any minecarts, so, you know, well, Alright, let me break off here and I'll get some minecarts and put it into one of these. And you'll see how the Ghasts get captured and transferred down, which should be interesting. Right, so I've got the minecarts, and I thought before I show that in working, I'll give a brief tour for those of you who are just joining or, you know, who kind of forgot amongst all the other episodes. So yeah, just a brief tour of this entire thing. Down the bottom, we've got the storage areas for all the Ghasts. The blocks above just are there to make sure that the Ghasts don't shoot. This way you can notice you can kind of walk in them without getting damaged, which is good because you can just walk right up to them and you know, use the name tags so they get named properly. I actually found out that apparently for some reason while they're actually still traveling, sometimes they don't get named, so the best idea is to just get them into here and then name them. But yeah, afterwards, right from the back, there is the button to send them off, so you can, you know, send them off to wherever you actually need them to be. Down over here is actually the storage space for the Ghasts when they just get captured. So they get stacked up in these 4 towers, and anytime you want, you can click this and it'll just activate that gate for just a brief moment, enough for one of the Ghasts to pass out and get inside here. And there's, as I said, 4 of them. Over here is the, as of now, unfinished drop point, so you can just drop from the very top to here and not suffer any damage. I originally thought of putting this up, but at the moment it's just a bit too much work to do so, so I'll just leave this entire way up and down for now, and just, you know, and or pull it down just works just as well, so, you know, maybe later. I've spent quite a lot of time building this, and somehow I'm sort of tired of this giant build. Anyway, so this is the very first floor. This is just an area so you can come in and do some changes to the, you know, item drops and everything. Down at the bottom, we've got the hopper minecarts leading off to the drop point over there, and there is 4 of those, you know, 1 for each. Makes sense, I guess. No controls or anything, so you can't really do much there. It's just maintenance only if you wish. Over here is another maintenance only really access, but over here we've got the selections to get the Ghasts stuck on the other side. As you can see, if it's turned off, they just get to the very edge and get stuck there and can't move until I turn this on, and then they get, you know, sent back, and everything works fine. Over here is the main clock, which just sends off pulses to, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe we've got like 8 items in there, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah. Just going around in a circle, rather simple. Over here is more redstone, just maintenance access. You know, you really shouldn't be doing anything here, since now that it works, you just leave it alone. And over here we've got the main control area, where this one just turns on and off the main clock. So if it's off, the Ghasts get stuck at the edge, like closest to the center, and don't move. So, you know, then the spawn floors will just get filled up, and you know, nothing much will be happening. Over here is the selections for actual capture. So if any of these 4 are turned on, well, actually 3, because I closed off this one, as I said, one of them doesn't work, so yeah. Anyway, for those, you turn it on, and there's the chest with minecarts inside there. Let's put in 2 into each. And basically the way that works is when you turn it on, it turns off the outer crusher, and at the same time it dispenses 1 minecart into the railway over there. And as that minecart travels, if the Ghast comes close, it will pick up that Ghast, travel into here, drop him down, and yeah, another minecart will be dispensed. Pretty simple, really. The redstone wasn't too difficult. There we go. I've put in 2 minecarts into each of the 3 that work, so let's turn that on. 1, 2, 3, and right, 3. So if you go down, you can see the minecart traveling along. And as I already mentioned, the slime is there in case the minecart gets stuck, so you know, you don't have to do any manual work. Now all we need to really do is get up here and wait. From what I remember, it's something like, what was it, 4 or 5 Ghasts per minute, I think, maybe more. I just remember it was 2 gas tiers per minute, and the gas tiers don't exactly drop 100%. But yeah, maybe I was wrong, and I didn't test it out on this server. I tested it out in creative, and it might have been an earlier version as well, so there might be a bit of changes. So yeah, anyway, you can probably notice there's a huge amount of pigment spawning, so you know, this is probably spawning in a lot more pigment than, well, definitely more than Ninja Farm for Panda's design. But yeah, don't think you obviously can't change this to an XP farm because they are obviously designed to just kill them automatically. So yeah, it doesn't really matter too much. But I do know that it's more than 2.5 items per second travel because the items do get clogged down below, so that's the reason I need to change it. Anyway, we're just actually waiting right now for one of the Ghasts to spawn, hopefully sometime soon. They do spawn with, you know, regularity. Oh, there's one. There we go. See? Now, that Ghast get pushed to the end. Notice it isn't getting damaged because the crusher isn't turned on. And then the minecart travels, picks up the Ghast. It travels along, has some bit of interaction with the slime. I originally had it... Anyway, let's go, and it goes down. Right, so back to the slime. I originally had it traveling in an O pattern, so just, you know, kind of in a circle, if you will. But what I found was, for some reason, or just incidentally, the rate of it traveling was pretty much the same as the rate of the minecart traveling. So the minecart, well, there was a very small chance, and that actually happened while I was recording before, that the minecart will get stuck with the gas and just travel along here indefinitely. So I changed this to this U pattern instead of a 0, which works a lot better because it, you know, kind of nudges the minecart on one side, that goes to the other, nudges it on the other side. And yeah, so anyway, that's already, if you saw that we had one there, another 2 there, one more there again, and there we go, and there's another there, and one more leading off there, and another waiting there. So yeah, this is a pretty fast collection system, like, you know. Alright, that one, actually it shouldn't have gotten damaged. I think the only reason sometimes they get damaged is at the very edges, and it has nothing to do with pistons or anything like that. It only happens because they get pushed too far and enter an area where the block, you know, they kind of shift halfway into a block, and it's really weird, and usually it doesn't happen. But anyway, you can notice there's another ghast already there, and we're actually out of minecarts, so it'll just remain there indefinitely. So you really shouldn't be AFKing and leaving it on for hours to collect ghasts, because, you know, within 30 minutes, mostly just about all the minecarts in the chest will be finished. And there actually is a limit to the amount of ghasts you can stack up. It's something like 16, I believe, in each tower. And once it gets to that point, it'll actually trigger a pressure point, which will turn off the ghast collection. And, you know, so yeah. For now, the reason they get stuck at the end and not crushed is because we're out of minecarts. So the system actually thinks there is a minecart traveling along because it, you know, caused the dispenser to trigger. But since the dispenser doesn't have minecarts, obviously nothing happens. And yeah, you kind of just have to go down and turn all of these off. 1, 2, 3. Then the ghasts start dying, and that'll be done. One thing I really hate about this farm is the noise. I mean, you've got all that yawning or whatever from all the ghasts, plus the sound of them dying. It really gets on I guess everyone's nerves. But yeah, as you can see, there's 2 ghasts here, 2 ghasts here, 2 over here, and you can sort of tell that since it doesn't fall, like, it doesn't stack up 1 block per minecart, something like 4 blocks per ghast. So there, even though it looks like it's fairly tall, there isn't too much space for ghast. As I said, it's something like 12 or 16 for it, but yeah. And over here we've got the sorter mechanism, which, as I already said, it's already halfway broken. I'm replacing it. As you can see, it just sort of fails. I think by now we've been up there enough times that there wasn't any. So yeah, as you can see, there they are. They're all dropping over there and going into the sorter from all the way above. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So hope you enjoyed this build and liked it. It finally took, what, like 4 episodes to finish this, well, even though originally thought it would take 2, and you know, then I've also had that 2-month gap, which was unfortunate. But anyway, so yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it, and it was actually a rather fun build, at least, well, at least in creative wise. It actually took a bit too much work in survival to finish, but yeah, this is Dan and I'm signing off. So like, subscribe, definitely comment if you think you've got cool ideas or, you know, just general thoughts about this farm. I will be putting out a showcase of a different style of the Ghast farm that I came up with, and originally was planning on just chucking this build and rebuilding it entirely in that version because it's slightly better, but in the end, because 1.8 the LC value no longer really matters, I just decided to leave this one as is. And yeah, the showcase with the Ghast farm will be a bit different, and if anyone actually is interested in this, I am willing to do a tutorial on just one of the wings, you know, not this giant farm, but just a single wing with the item collection and the gas traveling and everything, just for the gas capture. Well, I mean, it'll produce items, but be a 4 times slower than this one, obviously. But yeah, so if you're interested in a way of capturing gas easily and, you know, hands off basically, and are willing to put in the time, just put in a comment and I might make a tutorial on how to build one of these things. It really isn't too difficult, and the tutorial wouldn't be too long because the redstone wise it's actually fairly simple. Most of the difficulty of it is just building it, you know, just putting block by block, because quite a lot of it is just place this block 34 times all along and just copy this section 34 times or something. But yeah, so yeah, see you guys. I'm basically done. Bye.